In a stunning incident documented in a recently leaked film, a pregnant woman who had died gave birth to a baby in her grave. Even after doctors have declared brain death, bodies on life support can sometimes continue to function. A recent example in the headlines was a mother who gave birth to a healthy kid after being declared brain dead. The other option is to have a C-section. When a mother stops breathing, the baby, who receives oxygen from her blood, begins to die as well. We will find out her entire story together, but make sure to subscribe to know more about her story. Death from a lack of oxygen can happen quickly, and there is some disagreement that a post-mortem delivery would not be considered if the lady still had a pulse. When the mother stops breathing, which is what happens when she dies, the infant receives oxygenated blood through the umbilical cord. The fetus, too, runs out of oxygenated blood soon and dies. After the mother's heart stops, this will happen within a few minutes. If a pregnant woman dies at least 7 months into her pregnancy, the baby must be removed from the woman's body as soon as possible. Following the unusual coffin birth of a deceased 33-year-old mother of 5, some people have accused the deceased mother of 5 of witchcraft. No me santo mado e Mathiasi village, no Dailydose. The most enjoyable aspect of life is letting go of the past and re-entering the present. The nature of thought is nothingness, but we keep pasting so much complexity into it that we forget to live in the moment. Dailydose, a South African woman, had been complaining of breathlessness for a few days before passing away unexpectedly. According to family relatives, she was the mother of 5 more children in her house in the community of Mathiasi in South Africa's Southern Cape Province. She had no idea she was pregnant before she died, and no one else had either, so finding a baby was a huge shock. She died after 10 days. In any case, the baby was most likely killed by the frigid temperature of the mortuary, which is designed to prevent corpses from rotting. The mortuary will not be needed because the individuals inside the fridge are dead, and no one would anticipate a baby to be born from a dead mother. After this story went viral, everyone wondered whether it was possible for someone who had died to give birth, especially after such a long period of time. Postmortem fetal extrusion is the medical term for what many people refer to as coughing birth. As medical experts explained, it occurs during the decomposition of the body when tissues become depleted of oxygen and gases such as carbon dioxide and methane are released. However, as experts have pointed out, there has never been a record of a baby surviving after being born in a coffin. What was the reaction of the girl's family to the news? A new tragedy has occurred. While unusual, it does happen, and the funeral director's staff employees had never heard of a dead woman giving birth in their more than 20 years of expertise. Many people who heard about the situation were perplexed. Although it was stillborn, in an interview with the media, she stated that she wanted educated individuals to help them calm down their emotions and explain how a dead mother could have given birth. She informed them she was over 70 years old and had never heard of such a thing before, and she wondered why it was happening to her child. Is witchcraft to blame for the family's problems in the Eastern Cape or elsewhere? Many crimes and deaths have been linked to alleged witchcraft in recent years. An old woman was drowned in her community as recently as March 2020 after local men suspected her of witchcraft. Though, as the Daily Mail had reported, they had ignored such ideas. Despite warnings that the family take measures with the body in case it was all a consequence of witchcraft, the family decided to go ahead with the funeral. The mother and kid were buried together in a single coffin that was later burned. There had been no more information about the baby's gender or if the family had decided on a name. Furthermore, while this story may seem incredible, there have been stories of women who died as a result of medical intervention, bringing their pregnancies to term and giving birth to healthy babies. A similar case occurred in Portugal in 2019 when a woman was brain dead for 3 months and gave birth to a baby. Catarina Secura, an international athlete, had an asthma attack while she was 19 weeks pregnant and was placed in an induced coma. Her condition, however, deteriorated, and the doctor declared her brain dead within days.